Playa del Carmen is that girl. But it's just, she's just not my girl. She like my weekend girlfriend. You hang out with only for a few days, but you can't tolerate her any longer than that. So a few weeks ago was my first time going and visiting Playa del Carmen. Hola amigos, me llamo Cheval. Bienvenida a mi canal. Every once in a while, I like to travel, take a little break, vacation, right? My first time going to PDC, Playa del Carmen, was a few weeks ago. And I actually was shocked. Because I don't really have anything else to compare it to but Merida, because I've only lived in Merida. But let's just say I won't ever not go. I won't ever miss an opportunity to go. Yeah. So anyway, I went last week, and here are some of my likes and dislikes about Playa del Carmen. One of the bigger likes that I really like about Playa is that it is a phenomenal place to shop. Like, I've saw items that I have never saw in Merida. What if I did see it in Merida, I honestly, you know, maybe it was overpriced or whatever the case may be. But I literally didn't know that PDC was that girl when it comes down to shopping. But now I know, you know, we all know, because they had like some of the best stores in Cancun too. Like, don't miss out on Cancun too, especially as an American woman. You're gonna appreciate that. I didn't also know that in Playa del Carmen you can go to Cozumel from Playa del Carmen. There is a ferry boat ride that costs about $30 or so, depending on where you go and the conversion rate and all that good stuff. And you can cross to the island or into the island from Playa del Carmen, which is pretty cool. Playa del Carmen is also in proximity of Tulum, and it can be a colectivo ride away or an audio bus ride away. And the tickets run about $7 USD to $2 depending on what mode of transportation you're using. So Tulum and Playa del Carmen is so close that the transportation is literally cost effective, which is a good thing if you're trying to travel somewhere, right? And you want to hit up PDC, then you want to go to Tulum, and after that you want to go to Cancun, which is good because everything is in circulation of each other. It's also in proximity of La Isla Mujeres. I literally was about to say the women island, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's also close to that as well, so that's a good thing about PDC. One thing I like about PDC was that I saw a lot of Afro Latinos out there, and just like Mexicans that look like me, and I'm like, are you Mexican? Are you black? Are you from America? Like, it was kind of hard for me to tell, to be honest with you. And I love that. I love that beauty of that diversity in PDC. And of course there's a lot of aspects there as well. And I just love like seeing everybody walking around with their hair braided, because there are a whole bunch of like hair braiders out there in PDC, just braiding people's hair. Like, that was the culture, that was the vibe out there. Like, I like PDC for that. I like Playa del Carmen because it's bikeable, it's bike friendly, it's walkable. That is always a plus. Of course there's taxis out there. I don't think there's Uber or what's the other one, Rappi or InDrive. I don't think any of those things exist out there. And you know, I don't know because I don't live there and I was only there for a short period of time. But it's bike friendly, kind of like how Tulum is. Like, you can walk right up the street with your bike or ATV or motorcycle in Tulum. But this video is not about Tulum, this is about PDC. So anyway, let's keep moving. I also love that it is a great opportunity for business because it's a huge tourist attraction. So if you were to want to start a business, that would be one of the cities that I would say, hey, go for PDC or, you know, Cancun, or one of those cities that are popping and are tourist traffic heavy, you know. So that's a good thing about Playa del Carmen. I wasn't ready for it. I was not expecting that Playa del Carmen was gonna be like, I didn't expect it to have like this big party scene. Like, honestly, I'm walking on Fifth Ave with me and my friend, and we're just like walking around, and I'm like, this is giving me New Orleans vibes. Like, this is giving me Bourbon Street vibes. Like, I loved it because Merida is so laid back, it's so chill. And sometimes it can be a little bit boring, you know what I mean? Especially if you're a young individual and you just need that energy, you know, you need that fire, that spark again. Yeah, PDC, them clubs be popping. The nightlife is crazy out there. We could not sleep. So that means we had to be out on the streets finding something to do, because baby, 3 o'clock in the morning, I believe it's the cutoff time where the clubs stop playing music and loud music, and the restaurants close down and all of that stuff around that time. So the nightlife is popping out there, and the clubs be popping out there. And you know, you wanna like a getaway type of deal, like most people, they go to Playa del Carmen. I've been missing out all this time. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? All this time I'm looking for all of that in Merida, but it was all along in Playa del Carmen. You know, I didn't know. So, and you know, Playa del Carmen was everything that I expected it to be, honestly, because in my mind I'm thinking it's this young, vibrant, colorful city, and a lot of young people go there. And I was right about that, but then at the same time, Playa del Carmen surprised me because I felt like it was more than what I expected it to be. There were some very yummy looking men out there. Ah, my God. I was like turning my head left or right. It was hard. It's hard for me. It was hard. I'm like, let me get my butt back to Merida, because these men out here are fine, okay? And I remember this girl, I was talking to one of my subscribers. I'm sorry, I don't know what else category to put her in, but one of my subscribers, one of my amigas, she was like, she moved from Merida to PDC, and she said she was looking for her husband. I'm like, girl, I thought she was crazy at first, but then now when I went to PDC, I went to Playa, I'm like, and I saw these fine men walking around. I'm like, I understand exactly why she wanted to make that transition. You know, it was like fine ass men out there. Like, girl, you single? Go out there. Go out there. So one thing I want to know, come on, get out of my way. Also, I want to note that in PDC, though, I don't know, for some reason the water quality seems to be really good. Like, we was like brushing our teeth, and my friend and I was like, damn, the water. And I'm like, I know, that's what I said too. But I like, you know, you don't want to talk about little dumb stuff like that. But we both agree that the water quality is top tier. Top tier. So let's get into some dislikes of what I did not like about Playa del Carmen, what I did not like, some dislikes. All right, well, of course, it's a lot of noise, right? It's a party city, it's young, it's vibrant, it's popping, and you know, yeah. And one thing I was like really disappointed about, honestly, I'm a beach girl. Everybody knows that. There was so much seaweed on the beach when we went. It was just like so disappointing, because I was looking forward to getting out there with my cute bathing suits. I had specific bathing suits designated for my trip to PDC. And what happens when we get to the beach? We can't swim. There's a whole bunch of seaweed, and I'm like, there's seaweed in Progreso in Merida's beach, but I've never seen this much seaweed in my life. I'm talking about mountains of seaweed, y'all. You see it, mountains of seaweed, and I'm like, that is ridiculous. Okay, get that together, PDC, because baby, the girl likes to swim. All right. Now, I know I said earlier about the rides and all of that, so I actually wrote in my notes that there's no Didi, there's no Uber. Like, fix that situation, please, y'all, because the more we're able to get around the Riviera Maya, Tulum, PDC, Cancun, the more we're able to get around as tourists or people that's looking to do stuff, the more money the economy's gonna have. Okay, get that taxi situation. And one of my other dislikes, honestly, I like PDC because it's a party city, but then I don't like it because it's a party city. Like, sometimes I want to rest, I want to woosah, I want to meditate, I want to be calm, and I don't think that's the place to be when you want to be calm. You go to Merida and Tulum, parts of Tulum for that, not PDC. So that's like I don't like that aspect of it. I don't think I would ever personally live there because of that. I know who I am and I know what I need on a soul level. So also, I don't like that it's a high traffic city. It's high traffic. It kind of reminds me of one of those cities that are definitely heavily involved in drugs, gangs, and the cartels, and drugs, and prostitution, and just mess and stuff like that. Yeah, you're reminding me too much of my city, New Orleans, and yeah, I don't really like that aspect of it. But you know, yeah, I don't like that it's popular. Ask me why I wrote that down on this list. I don't know why. I guess sometimes you just want to be in a secluded place where nobody knows about it. And then once everybody knows about it, I feel like it becomes overpopulated. Like, we don't really like people like that over here. We're introverted, so that's probably why I wrote that. Yeah, and it's hot as hell in Playa. It is hot. I mean, it's hot in Merida. I think Merida is like, goddamn, it's hotter than all these other cities, but it's hot. Like that Texas hot, that dry heat Texas hot. You from Dallas, you know what I'm talking about. I don't like that it feels a little dirty. And not all parts feels this way, y'all, but it feels like it's just, I don't know, if y'all ever been to Bourbon Street walking in the French Quarter, you understand what I'm saying. That's the feel I was getting. I was like, you know what? We're not liking this part of PDC. We don't like it. Now, another thing I don't like is that there was no regulated bus system. I did see a few collectibles and I did have an opportunity to catch one, which was really cool, but there was no like bus system. And you know, you really don't need that in PDC. I forgot to add this to the part where what I like about PDC is that it is walkable, it's bikeable, and it's walkable. You can walk everywhere, you can bike everywhere. That's a good thing. I like to walk or do things like biking. It's good for exercising and also for your overall mood and your health, right? So I love that aspect about it. But the no bus system, they do have colectivos at least, so that's a good thing. Another thing I see that I do not like. Alright, so the last thing I do not like about Playa del Carmen is that when I try to speak my little Spanish, these people act like they don't understand what I'm saying. And when I say people, I'm really particularly talking about females. It's like, oh, I don't understand your Spanish. Girl, bye. So people like to play like they don't understand your Spanish. And I'm like, baby, this same Spanish that I'm using works in Merida just fine. And you act like you understand what I'm saying? Okay, girl, whatever. But anyway, that's it, y'all. My likes and dislikes about Playa del Carmen. Honestly, would I go back? Hell yeah. Heck yeah, I'm going back to Playa del Carmen. What do you think I'm gonna go to shop? That's gonna be my shopping go-to place. I'm gonna go and spend a weekend in Playa, just to party, just to go shopping and head on back to the crib. But yeah, Playa del Carmen is that girl. But it's just, she just not my girl. She like my weekend girlfriend you hang out with only for a few days, but you can't tolerate her any longer than that. That's who she is to me. Kind of reiterate, my likes about Playa del Carmen are as follows. Playa del Carmen is a great city to shop at. It's walkable. It's close to Cozumel, Tulum, and La Isla Mujeres and Cancun. It's a walkable and bike-friendly city. It allows you to get around easily, I guess. It's a small town, so it allows you to get around easily, right? So I like the fact that you can get your hair braided on every corner on 5th Avenue. I like that there's an Afro-Latino community. I love that there is an aspect American community as well. It is good for business. The clubs be popping at night. The nightlife is popping. You're gonna have fun. It has young vibes to it. I love PDC because they got some fine ass men there. Oof. And the water quality is top tier. And I don't know why it took me a long time to figure out that's what people been doing. They've been going to Playa del Carmen and get all that out their system. I didn't realize that. And not to say that Playa is like, let me just say Playa, I felt safe there walking at night. And I would honestly feel safe walking by myself at night there. As long as I'm close to the tourist area. I'm just not a very fearful person, so I just don't feel like it's as safe as Merida. Let's just say that. That's it, right there. And then I also want to talk about this aspect that I'm pretty sure you guys probably don't care about. But I just love that Playa del Carmen has their own aesthetic. Like, you know how you go to Tulum, you expect to see a certain type of wardrobe and aesthetic. And when you go to Playa del Carmen, it's like you see animal print everywhere, and I was here for it because I had packed a whole bunch of animal prints, and I wasn't aware of that was kind of sort of the vibe and the aesthetic and in Playa del Carmen, and people was dressing their butt off. I'm like, I love that. Like, yes, girl, give me life, because I'm like, I could dress up in Merida, but I just don't feel like it's as appreciated, and it's not like I just don't feel like it's necessary there. But when I'm in other places like Tulum and Playa del Carmen, baby, you gotta dress up. Bring your best outfits and dress. A little thing, but it's a big thing to me because I love clothes and fashion. But yeah, the girls was giving out there, and I wish I had took some pictures. But next time I go, I'm gonna just ask people, can I take their pictures so y'all can see what I'm actually talking about, because the girls were busting down. They was dressing good, hair was on point, nails, everything. All the girls were looking good, you know what I'm saying? So, and then like everybody was walking around with these braids in their head. I was like, listen, had I would have known that, I would have came with my hair straightened, because I know they probably cannot braid my hair texture. Probably not, but I would have been more prepared to get my hair braided, just to kind of see. But you know, just be on the lookout for that, because we're gonna come with that. All right, y'all, so if y'all want to steal my itinerary for Playa del Carmen, check the description box down below. If you need a Tulum guide as well, check the description box down below as well. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content that is kind of similar to this. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.